How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. Tomorrow, Jurassic World Evolution 3 will officially be released. And I obviously have a lot of really awesome videos planned and ready for you guys. So today, I figured we would go ahead and just kind of like say goodbye to Jurassic World Evolution 2. This game has been around for quite a while, and many of us have made some pretty awesome memories with this game. Myself included, so we were just going to do one final farewell to it. And I figured we would do our farewell on the Mesozoic Media Park. This park, if you don't know, the whole point of it, like the whole goal was to fill it with all kinds of movie and show references, like dinosaur references. It was a very fun series to do, and it'll definitely be coming back for Jurassic World Evolution 3, and it'll probably be better because you can make better enclosures overall. But this is still extremely nostalgic, so let's go ahead and just hop on and let's go and check it out. You know, this is gonna be fun. So yeah, you know, you kind of like open the gate and there's like some Dilophosaurs walking around just enjoying life. You have the T-Rex going up against the Alamosaurus, which is a reference to Jurassic Park. You have this T-Rex right here, which is meant to be a reference to Rexy from Night at the Museum. That's the whole point of it. And then you move over here and there's like the Crystal Palace dinosaurs over here. You know, you have an Iguanodon and Megalosaurus. They both kind of like have coloration that's reminiscent to the statues, more so than what they probably would have looked like in real life. They probably didn't have this sort of like pale coloration, unless they were, you know, had some type of skin thing. This was the first enclosure that we did. This was, of course, Land Before Time. We have Petrie here. There's others like, you know, Littlefoot right here, just kind of chilling. We got Spike right there. There's Sarah over here. Ducky's over here. I made Ducky a Parasaurolophus despite the fact that, you know, she's a Saurolophus, and Saurolophus is a lot more closely related to like other Saurolophines like Edmontosaurus and whatnot. But, you know, Parasaurolophus is something that Ducky is often like confused for, or, you know, they always think that I think that she kind of started off as Parasaurolophus and then later was changed to Saurolophus, but yeah. No, this was a lot of fun. Down here was Walking with Dinosaurs. We have like 2 Tyrannosaurs with a few Torosaurs, and I kind of tried to recreate the whole Hell Creek like ash thing that they had going on. Over here this is connected to the Land Before Time. This is meant to be like the mysterious beyond with the sharp tooth. Wherever he may be, he's over here with some nice green coloration, like very cool indeed. There was over here. This was Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. You have Mama Rex right here. Rudy, the pale baryonyx, is somewhere around here. I don't know where he is. There he is. And then the babies are around there somewhere. Over here, this was one of my favorite enclosures. This is from Primeval. It was the episode where the Giganotosaurus, of course, you know, was at the airport. So I figured it'd be a cool thing. By the way, this is all being recorded on my Xbox because I actually I used to play Evolution 2 on my Xbox. It's only recently that I switched to my PC. So I had to get it all set up. So if the recording quality is a little bit low, I do apologize for that. But I definitely wanted to like say farewell to Evolution 2 through, you know, Mesozoic Media Park, because this was a really fun series. Oh, here we had Planet Dinosaur. We had Carcharodontosaurus over here, Oranosaurs in here, and then we had, you know, the Spinosaurus out here. We tried to set up like 3 different sections that you can see in the documentary. There's all kinds of things that we can look at, obviously. But it's not like a farewell to this park per se. It's more so just a farewell to the full game. So we won't take a look at all of these enclosures. But it was a lot of fun. This was Valley of Guanji over here. This was fun to make. We had Guanji over here. And the Styracosaurus that Guanji fights is somewhere there. There you are. Prehistoric planet over here. Oh, Archelon. Yeah, and so that's a big thing. We might be saying, I don't know what's going to happen to the DLC creatures. Obviously, it has been confirmed that the all of the base game dinosaurs will eventually be added into Jurassic World Evolution 3. That includes dinosaurs like Carcharodontosaurus, Torosaurus, Pentaceratops. You know, all of those dinosaurs that didn't make the cut at launch. But I don't know what's going to happen to like the Archelon. Oh, there's the Mosasaur too. Yeah, this is from Prehistoric Planet when the Archelons are all swimming around. I hope it gets added. I love Archelon, and this is a great design. Same goes for critters like the Dinochirus. This is also like recreating Prehistoric Planet. And what else? What else is currently missing from The roster. Oh, look at this. This was Path of Titans. It was the Impact Crater. Impact Crater is like it gets completely different now in Path of Titans. Obviously, like there's a lot more trees around the area, dead trees, a lot of those. And then this whole pond is kind of like it's been removed as well. But I tried to include as many dinosaurs from the Path of Titans roster as I possibly could. Triceratops is not on the official roster. It's Eo Triceratops rather. But yeah, we tried to include as many of them as we possibly could. So you have all of these dinosaurs walking around. It was certainly a lot of fun. Dinosaur Revolution over here. What else have we got? Of course, there's a lot of Jurassic Park references. Like here's the runway from Jurassic Park 3. Again, stuff like that I think is going to be a lot easier to make in Evolution 3 because of the modular building and stuff like that. So I think that making these enclosures it's just gonna be really fun. Here's Main Street from Jurassic World. We have Rexy walking around, and the Indominus should be walking around somewhere. Potentially. Yeah, she's all the way back here. Hello, Indominus. How you doing? Yeah, and then some Camp Cretaceous. Here's Fallen Kingdom. That's Mount Sibo back here. Mountains are so much easier to make in Evolution 3. This, I think, is Battle at Big Rock, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's Nizutoceratops. So I tried to make a campsite. Again, this stuff is going to be a lot easier in Evolution 3. And this, obviously, this wasn't modded. This was on Xbox, so I wasn't able to make it modded. Here's Biosyn Valley. It's not terrible, all things considered, but it's not great either. Oh, here's Dinosaur King. This is fun. I know that I said I was going to stop like touring things around, but I keep seeing things that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember building that. I tried to make the pyramids, and it doesn't look bad. Like I think you can kind of tell that they're meant to be the pyramids because I tried to like recreate the episode where we are introduced to Spiny, the Spinosaurus of the show. So, you know, I had the pyramids here. And you know, we have Tank, of course, Terry somewhere. There's Ace the Carnotaurus. There's Chomp. Terry is of course over here. Here's Paris, sorry. I think that's most of them. Like I tried to do the main dinosaurs mostly. Walking with dinosaurs was also really cool. Like I recreated the Ballad of Big Al right here. At least I tried to. I tried to make the salt flats, and it's okay. You know, it looks fine. Probably could look better. Here's the Coelophysis from the Triassic episode. Have a bunch of them walking around. Liopleurodon is in here, but of course we used Chronosaurus instead of Liopleurodon because it looks better. There's Ichthyosaurs in the distance. This is also from Planet Dinosaur. It's the there was an episode with Edmontosaurus and Troodon. You can see the Troodons back here as well. Oh, here, another Walking with Dinosaurs. We have Muttaburrasaurus walking around, and then Australovenator is somewhere around here. We kind of like went with the logic that the Polar Allosaurus is actually meant to be Australovenator. And then somewhere around here was, where did I put it? Here it is. This is the Utah Raptor episode, the European Utah Raptor. Where is it? There it is. Yes. Yeah, of course, you know, Utah Raptor didn't live in Europe, but yeah, we were recreating this whole thing. The Iguanodons are back here. Their colors look pretty close to their on-screen appearance. This was a lot of fun. Jurassic World Evolution 2, like I said, was a very fun thing to dive into. Oh, this was Disney's Dinosaur. Yeah, we have, you know, Aladar and everybody walking around. I used the demon Carnotaurs to look like the Carnotaurus from, yeah, there it is. Again, this was just seriously a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to miss this game, even though I do think that Evolution 3 is overall a huge improvement, which kind of goes without saying. The modular building, the inclusion of babies is also really good because that means we can do a proper Land Before Time. Here, I was just like, yeah, this is Land Before Time if the cast all grew up and they're still just hanging out together. But now I can do a proper Land Before Time with all of the cast being young fellas. So we can have like a juvenile Apatosaurus instead of a fully grown Apatosaurus be Littlefoot. But we will be saying farewell to a few different dinosaurs at the very least at launch. Alamosaurus, we're not seeing. Amargasaurus, which Amargasaurus will be added later on because it is a base game dinosaur. What else do we got? Australopithecus, that one kind of hurts. Let's see, Camarasaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, those two will be added again. Let's see here. Chasmosaurus was, I think, Chunkingosaurus, unless I'm forgetting it, which is a possibility. Crichtonosaurus, Cryolophosaurus will be added again because it's a base game dinosaur. I think, yeah, same with Crichtonosaurus. Dinocyrus, of course, again, I hope it gets added. Deinonychus got a little bit of a remodel. I mean, but you get the tadpole skin and you get the remodel skin, so you get both options in the game. Dracorex will be added again. Eupliocephalus, I think, hasn't been confirmed, so it'll probably be added again. Gigantoraptor, maybe Gigantospinosaurus, but I'm not too sure. Ketrosaurus will be added again. It'll be the first one coming back. Majungasaurus will be added again. Megalosaurus, I think, was DLC, but I can't remember. Or maybe it was, yeah, it might have been like extra content that you had to download. Minmi, extra content. Monolophosaurus was extra content. Nigersaurus, that is base game, so it will be included. Fortunately, because I love it. Look at this happy fella. Pentaceratops, you get the idea. Ouranosaurus. There's a few creatures that will be added later on in Evolution 3. But they were certainly really cool looking in this. That especially goes for some critters like let me check them out real quick. Some of the creatures that hurt the most that I hope get added in the future are ones like Shonisaurus. We'll get that going so we can take a look at it and possibly say goodbye. And Nothosaurus. I hope that they get added in the future, but I don't know. I don't know how they're handling the DLC characters. They did make sure to mention that only like the base game dinosaurs and creatures will be added later on for free. So I don't know what's going to happen to the DLC characters or creatures. And that thought scares me. Man, I am not used to Xbox anymore. I know this is a very small lagoon, but I need to look at them. I need to check them out. What pterosaurs could I potentially be missing? Jholopterus. I am so sad that it hasn't been confirmed for the base game. I love this little fella. The rest are fine. I don't really need, like, Sierradactylus is kind of cool, Barbaradactylus, but I don't know. They are something. I'm not a fan of most of the pterosaurs in the game. I'm glad that they're adding good pterosaurs now. Now, Shonisaurus, this large ichthyosaur, this large whale-sized ichthyosaur, has a great model in this game. And I hope, look at that. Look how cool that looks. Please, Frontier, please give me it back. Look at this fella. And it has sick colors. The colors look gorgeous. Its whole model just looks flat out amazing. Frontier, you guys did such a good job with this design. Please bring it back. Please, I beg of you. Nothosaurus 2, obviously this is a Camp Cretaceous Camp Cretaceous reptile. It also looks really good. I think it looks good in Camp Cretaceous, and obviously it looks very accurate to its Camp Cretaceous counterpart. So I think that it looks like a good Nothosaurus. This is basically what Nothosaurus looks like. Had these huge needle-like teeth that were sort of interlocking, huge streamlined body, and an elongated neck and elongated snout. It's a good design, and a creature like Nothosaurus just needs to be included. It's an obscure animal that, from a period that is kind of like underrepresented in these types of games. So please, Frontier, bring it back. Another one that I hope comes back. My little Neurognathid known as Jholopterus. Look at this beautiful little thing. It looks so good. Man, I've mentioned it several times, but the little tufts of feathers that they gave it, that is just a great idea, It's a lot like the horned owl, the great horned owl. They have these little feathers these little tuft of feathers that make what almost look like ears or horns. Giving that to Jholopterus and making it look like a little reptilian bat was a great idea. I love it. So again, Frontier, please, I beg, I beg of you. Those are the creatures that I most want to return. Like, in terms of like DLC creatures, I want to see Dinosaurus again. I want to see Gigantoraptor again. Pachyrhinosaurus, I want to see it again, but I'm pretty sure that'll probably get added through a Chaos Theory DLC, considering the fact that Pachyrhinosaurus was in Chaos Theory. Minmi, I would love to see it again. What else is there? I already said Dinosaurus. Give Carcharodontosaurus a remodel too. I don't like this design. Alamosaurus, I wouldn't mind it coming back. I'm not crazy about its design, but I still wouldn't mind it coming back. We know that Amargasaurus is Australopithecus. That was the only Megaraptor that we have in the game. Bring it back, or bring in another Megaraptor, I guess, like Maip or Megaraptor itself. But building in this game really wasn't that great. You know, that probably goes without saying. Once I got a PC and I was able to start downloading mods, then building became a lot easier. But even at that, obviously the tools were not exactly quite there. Evolution 3 certainly has a better system of, you know, building and all that good stuff, which again does make sense. You know, it's the next game in the franchise, so it makes sense that they'll be doing something like that. But there is just something special about looking at some of the methods that we had to do to try to make a park look decent. And I'm not saying that my park looks decent, okay? I completely acknowledge the fact, well, why are we glitching? Don't do that. I completely acknowledge the fact that this park is really not that great looking. It is a downright ugly park. Well, when you look at it like this, it wasn't really meant to look like a park per se. It was meant to look like a showcase. Like you're just walking around looking at different references. I think I'm going to completely bypass that method in my next iteration of the Mesozoic Media Park and actually make it look like a park. And, you know, I think that's overall just going to be easier on the eyes. This isn't bad. It's cool to see all the different references. Like, obviously, here's Walking with Dinosaurs 2013. Can't really recreate this one yet because Pachyrhinosaurus is not in the game at launch, so we might have to wait on that. But I wouldn't mind the park going on for a while in Evolution 3. We'll see how long it lasts, especially, you know, of course, a lot of it is kind of like dependent on how much you guys like it. But yeah, we're definitely gonna focus on that. But yeah, are you guys gonna miss Jurassic World Evolution 2 now that we're finally stepping into the new era of the Evolution series? Oh my gosh, my game froze. Yeah, I don't think that my capture card is quite what he used to be. There we go. All right, now that the game's finally going in. What, my face is frozen. Why is my face frozen? What the fudge? What the fudge is going on? What the fudge? We're back. Okay. I better end it here. I don't think my capture card's doing too well overall. Oh, look, it was here's Jurassic Fight Club. Very fun. I'm gonna miss this game. I have a lot of really good memories with this game. Be sure to go and check out Mesozoic Media Park if you want to like get the whole rundown of the way that this series is gonna work, or don't. That's also fine because you know it's a little bit rough. But yeah. Oh, here's Prehistoric Park. I was happy with this one. This was see, yeah, we have Theo over here. I tried to make like the pathway where they were able to enter. Here's the tree that Theo was fighting with. A lot of good memories. A lot of good memories in this game. I am certainly going to miss it, but I very much do look forward to Evolution 3. That's pretty much all I have for this one, though. Thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day.